welcome to Total Freedom Events.
Total Freedom Events.
My name is Zay Faith, and this is the Van Edwards. And we wanted to come live and just talk to you about what is your process? What is your process of being more productive? Right. And we work with entrepreneurs, but this honestly can apply to our personal lives as well. But, we were talking earlier and, we're already halfway through the second quarter of 2023. And one thing that we love to do is plan, and also we call it plan, do, review. Like we'll plan, we'll do a little bit of life, and then we'll review our progress. And so, I was talking to like some family earlier this week, and one thing that kept coming up was like, oh my gosh, like we're almost halfway through May. And so we wanted to come live and just talk to you all about our process of how we stay productive and making progress through our business and our personal lives, and also just to see what your process is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you're on here and you want to increase your productivity, like put productive in the comments below. All right, productive in the comments below. And yeah, it's funny because we all think sometimes, I mean, we've been guilty of it, like thinking we're doing something, but we're just busy energy, but it's not really any completion energy. So we're not being productive. There's not moving, there's no progress, there's no growth usually. But reasons what I realized is that we're not productive is because we're not prioritizing. We're not managing our mind. We're not managing our schedules. And that's why we like I guess sometimes we feel like we're making mistakes, or we feel like we're having bad moments or stuff like that, but we're not even managing the moment itself. We're not even managing the time that we're occupying. We're not even saying, oh, is this important to me, and is this going to move me forward? But oftentimes we're just doing because we're in a world with like information overload. We got all this nonsense going on around us where we're like, okay, I need to get my head together. I need to get myself together. I got a goal. I got something that I want to achieve. I got these results I want to go at. And it's like, but then you're stagnant because there's no process. There's no way for you to process that. And so Zay and I was even discussing, and we came up with a formula that we're going to be sharing with people. We're going to be sharing a membership program coming soon, and an academy soon, where we're going to walk you through, even a workshop where we're going to walk you through our formula known as the TDI method. Yeah.
And also I would say like one of the biggest benefits to being in community or being in like different coaching and membership communities is especially, so we are in a group in a business mastermind, and one of the most beautiful things about that is that we have coaches who are further ahead than we are in our business, so they support us in managing our mind. But the beautiful thing is, like, I heard my coach say, I don't know if it was yesterday or maybe a couple of days ago, she was saying she said it differently, but pretty much what she was saying was, our intention is not, it's not in alignment with our expectation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like we intend to, make progress and do all these things, but the expectation is different.
Yeah.
So as and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because as we're growing and doing life, if you are, let me just use this as an example because this is powerful and I want to make sure I'm landing this. So for instance, if you were expecting to make $1 million in a year, right? But your intention or your activity, so to speak, is only doing $100 or a couple $1,000s a year activity, you have the wrong expectation.
Yeah.
Right. And so like just like little nuggets like that, because the Van, he said something about like, you may think that you're doing stuff wrong or you're not making progress, but really it's just that your expectation is misaligned with your intention. Yep. That's what I'm trying to say. So being in community, being in masterminds and stuff, it definitely supports, you know, your expectation and also just your intention on your journey. And you get to, like, even for me, I just had this huge shift over the past week or so of like, oh my gosh, like as long as I focus on my activity, you know what I'm saying? It's not about really, I can't really control the outcome, but I can control my activity, you know, with calculated, you know, projections that I'm trying to reach. So like just having like those little tweaks and nuggets, you know, it releases all the stress, it releases all of the false expectations, it releases all the self-sabotage and the doubt, because I know that I'm progressing towards my calculated intention. I know exactly, you know, what I'm focused on, and it's just not like, you know, I'm expecting this beautiful reward when I didn't track, or, you know, I didn't have any clarity of the steps to get to that. You know what I mean? It's just like my actions are in line with my intention and my outcome. You know what I mean? It's all about being in line and with clarity. I know it was kind of a detour, but that's something that came up. So anyways, we want to know, like, what is your process to be productive? Do you have a continual process of being productive? You know, because sometimes, like, let's be real, like the day, you know, like life, it just goes, right? It just goes. So until we, you know, step in and we start to manage and start leading our day, start leading our life, you know, life is going to go, time is going to go. So we want to know, what is your process to you being more productive in your life? Definitely let us know in the comments, because, you know, even on our journey, we're always looking to grow and evaluate what we're doing. But let us know, what is your process to being productive?
Yeah, and it's funny because, like, even with like a process around being productive, is like, firstly we got to think about it, like, oh, what do I want to be productive around? Like raising our awareness of, okay, yeah, I want to be productive, I want to do these goals, but like, what can I actually create? Because all of us we're creators in our own right, but it's like we're just going on autopilot, and we're just like, we're creating possibilities that we don't want. We're creating all these things that we don't want. And it's like, okay, have you taken a second to sit down, and actually step back, sit down, step back, sit back, whatever you need to do, and say, this is what's on my list. This is what's on my heart. This is on my mind that I want to do, or something I get to do. And now you can make, now that you have the awareness of all these things that you can create, these possibilities that you can create. Now moving into that process, it's like, okay, no, I like this better than this. I want to do this more. This is more important than this. This one I can do right now. This one I can do later. You know, it's like really get, because really the idea is really to get into the moment, and have committed action, but be mindful of the action that you're taking and what that's going to create as well. So you want to take an action that's going to move you forward now, within your day, and then the next day, you know, you review that again. Like, what's your priority? You know, what do you get to do again and again and again? So
yeah, and then also just like having that moment to just think and create space. I know, like, so many times, you know, when I didn't like just take moments for myself to just think, because life happens, right? We get bombarded with all the things, and something's always gonna come up, right? It's just life. That's how it works. But, you know, just having that moment to just think and really start to manage all of our thoughts or all the things we get to do. But, you know, a lot of times we just plan and go, but just really just pausing and thinking through to help ourselves process, you know, what is the priority.
Yeah. And how would you feel if you were clear on your process? Like, what would that do for you? You know, like, I know, like, when we organize what we get to do in our day, like, everything just flows better. You know, everything just it feels better. So we do things more quickly. We do things more efficiently. We more present with our with what we're doing throughout the day, and we're excited as well. Like we're passionate, you know, we've got more energized. But that's just because we literally got a process which we know is going to be productive because we know it's moving us forward rather than moving us back. You know?
Yeah. So just a quick overview of like what our thinking process is. You know, again, it's really just a moment for us to just think and reflect and kind of just put everything, you know, right in front of us. Because I do this all the time. If I can't see something, I'm like, I feel like off balance, and I'm like, what is happening? Like I need to see it. Everything needs to be in front of us. So our process is definitely what we call it, like centralizing, making a list of everything that we need to do, and we identify in all areas of our life, not just our business, like within our personal relationship, within our personal self-care, you know, within, you know, what do I need to do, you know, for fun, like in every area of our life. We like to just create a list of all the things, you know, that we get to do over the next month, over the next week, over the next year, to really just get it out of our mind so we can see it, whether it's on paper or just typing it out. Next, we begin to organize it. Like, you know, what's the motivation of doing this particular task or project? You know, what obstacles are in the way? And then what resources can we use, you know, in order to get it? Because sometimes it's like, okay, we need to hire somebody for that. Or, you know what, like, you know, if I don't do this, is a nice thing to do, but I really don't need to do this. Or, you know, really just organizing like the importance and the process of the things that, you know, are keep popping in my head that I keep thinking about, like the importance. Then next, categorizing. You know, going back to what I just said, like really organizing, but make, you know, for us to know, and again, helping ourselves manage our minds, manage our emotions around different tasks. You know, how important is this? How urgent is this? You know, or can someone else do it? And then a lot of things we don't need to do, and it's not as important as it's really that procrastination like disguise, and it's creeping up. But honestly, we can eliminate a lot of the things because it's not really a priority to us. It's not really that important to us. We just need to remove it and say, okay, I'm not doing this. It doesn't need to get done, or I need to do this, but I'm not the best person to do it.
Yeah, and it's like even with the categorized part, it's like what supports our intention. And I remember we just read it as there's like attention. So it's like putting our attention on our intention, and creating urgency has been that's been great in my life, particularly like creating urgency, because there's sometimes where I'll be like so laid back, but it's like, no, there's something that needs to get done. So it's like now I'm in that energy of urgency, but it's in a controlled way where it's like, oh no, I know where I'm going, and my attention's on this intention, and it gets to support me in my productivity.
And then and then just strategizing, also like prioritizing, you know, which tasks are the most important, like what gets to be done first. Like, is it a priority A, is it a priority B, or is it a priority C? You know, like that's ultimately how we process our thinking process. Like, you know, again, we just we put everything on paper, or we put everything, you know, sometimes I like to work from my iPad, and I just like to get a blank document and just throw everything from my brain onto that document. And then after that, I organize it, and then I categorize it, how important, how urgent is it, and then just strategizing, okay, this is a priority. Like if I don't do this, all hell's going to break through in my life. But if I do this, it's really me wasting time and procrastination. We can send it to our VA and he can do it. And then from there, you know, after we have our structure of, you know, our think plan, we like to call it. From there, then we go and do life, like go out and actually execute and implement the things that we need to do. And then from there, you know, whether it's, you know, within the next 24 hours, 72 hours, the next week or the next month, whatever timeline we give ourselves, then we improve. Like, okay, well, these were the things that I said I was going to do. I did it, or I didn't do it. Why didn't I do it? Okay, is it still important for me to do? I mean, I didn't do it within the time frame since I last set this plan. Like, can I eliminate it? Can I delegate it? And just continue that think, do, improve cycle.
And so the goal of this is to not only establish a process for productivity, but establish a process where you can actually continue to improve.
Mhm.
So this is not something this is something evergreen, where it's not just gonna be a one-time thing. This is like a journey of life, but it's like this is something you get to take with you as you move throughout life, and you move throughout, whether you're an entrepreneur, move throughout your business. Like this gets to be, is very organic in how it gets to be done, and how you get to think through, how you get to do, how you get to improve every aspect of what you intend to improve upon.
Yes. And so we wanted to, like, again, just come and share our process of being productive, but we really want to know, like, how can we support you? Like, we love working with entrepreneurs. And one thing that we've noticed is, again, just being in community, masterminding with other entrepreneurs, like that definitely help us make progress. And, you know, we believe like everything in life is about just making progress. And so we definitely want to know, like, what are you doing in your process of being productive? But then also, we are going to be hosting a TDI method workshop where we are going to support you in real time of doing your list, doing your productivity. Like, I mean, help supporting you to be more productive with what you already have. Like, this method is not to teach you something that isn't efficient, I guess. It really is to create a soft skill or create a process so you're not getting stuck.
Yeah, it's like the analogy would be like, do you want fast food or sustainable food? You know, like do you want something that's gonna give you a quick fix, or do you want something that's gonna hold you for a long time? You know, it's
Right.
a lot. Like, okay, so
It's like really creating a routine for yourself, creating structure in your life.
mhm.
That's going to help you progress on the things that you need to be doing. It's not you just come learning our content and then going back and do your life. It's literally you taking what you need to do, and this is a way to implement what you need to do.
Yeah, health is wealth. You know, you want health within your productivity and with any process that you go through. You know, you don't want it to be like all stressful. You don't want it to be all, oh, I'm struggling. No. It gets to be healthy. You know, it gets to be productive. It gets to be how you intend it to be, not just how whatever life wants to throw at you, you just take it. No, you get to control that process. You know, you get to control and have freedom around that as well.
Yes. So if you want access, go ahead and write method in the comments below, write method, and then we will reach out to you and get you scheduled for the next training session or the next workshop. You're going to be working. This is not something for you to just come and just watch. We're actually going to help you process through your process so you can create a structure inside of your personal schedule and calendar to be more productive. So we will see you on the next video.
Indeed. Stay tuned. See you soon.
See you later.